Welcome to another episode of League to the Max, or whatever. I am your host, Brian Andesian Espinoza, and joined with me, as always, the one and only disembodied Dr. Manhattan of this show, Mr. Eric Super Uber Viewer Watkins, or whatever the heck you're going by these days.
First of all, that happened to be part of my AIM name back in the day. There were a couple extra parts. Second of all,
I
man, that
remember that. I remember that.
man, that welcome punched the fuck through for some reason. I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for that.
What?
That welcome with that strong W was like a pound. What the hell, man?
I'm trying to wake myself up. It's kind of 12:19 in the morning here as we're live on the W2M network, over Twitch, Twitter. Are we live on YouTube? I don't think we're live on YouTube.
We're not live on YouTube, just Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter.
You wanna tell the folks where they can take us orally?
All right, now, if you prefer to take this podcast orally, indeed, Stitcher, Spreaker, Podbean, Castbox, Overcast, Apple Pods, Google Pods, iHeartRadio. But I'm mentioning Spotify last, and that's for a reason.
Did we fuck up and did Randolich fuck us over?
No, that's a YouTube thing. We're okay. This is actually a good thing with Spotify.
The other disembodied voice.
Shut up. Go
will
away.
not be heard tonight.
Go away.
You just were! Besides, I've got the big surprise here that I'm trying to mention.
He can't hear you because of headphones, and he was trying to gimmick infringe because gimmick infringement is a W2M special and will be infringed upon tonight.
Of course, but this isn't a gimmick infringement worthy moment. Good news, everyone!
Oh,
On,
go on.
on Spotify, similar to iTunes, you have a rate and review system. So please, as you were taking us orally, all of that good consumption right all in between your ears and wherever you may have it, go ahead.
Oh my.
Give us a good rating. Give us a good review. We're looking for 10 reviews so that way we can get an official rating. Please and thank you. Also, since it was mentioned off air, but for different reasons, we're definitely still working and putting the finishing touches on the W2M Network Discord. There will be an official announcement when that's ready, so that way you can go ahead and interact with us via arguably one of the better bits of social media as well.
I fully agree. I pretty much spend all of my social media time on Discord. It's such a good platform. It reminds me of IRC, but that's what it was built off of. And for those of you who don't know what IRC is, you're fucking young. And for those of you who do remember what IRC is, congratulations, just like me, you're fucking old.
I still remember the song. It's actually playing in my head right now. Damn you, Espinoza.
What?
Just when I was gonna. Nope, because that's an off air thing. That was
Uh,
an off air thing. But needless to say, that what we were discussing off air may not happen as quickly because of this.
What we were discussing off air. I know we have our whatever segments, and our whatever segments can definitely get NC-17. And I don't know if put it to you this way, as you like to say, undergo a rigorous vetting process.
Yeah, not only a rigorous vetting process, but on top of that, extra two-step verification for this bit.
Yeah. But shall we get into this week's topics as we get into our last show of the year You believe 2021 is almost over already?
Yes, I can. And speaking of 2021, speaking of last shows of the year,
We got a
well,
few of those coming up on the network this week.
yeah, we do. Especially another big one for Thursday, presumably.
Sometime this week. And if I swear, if you ask me about the status of a particular project, I'm going to say fuck it, and it's not going to happen.
Well, as long as you
Since
know,
you've been up my ass about it for the past 3.5 weeks.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to bring that up, but since you mentioned it,
You're up my ass worse than a. Well, you know what? Fuck it. We're already an explicit. We already got the explicit tag in it as is. You're up my ass worse than a butt plug.
Jesus, I hope you don't get any complaints with how long it takes you to finish sometimes.
Oh God, you're killing me. All right. Anyways, yes, moving on, moving right along. So things to talk about this week, right? Riot released a pretty lengthy developer blog about 3 days ago, where they're going to be talking about pretty much development plans, talking about short-term plans, longer-term plans. We got some interesting information out of this blog, actually. Overall, the biggest key things that we're taking away from this particular blog, and I'm going to send you the link here. Maybe we can get it on screen, maybe not. Who knows? In 12.1, so the first official patch of the year, teleport spell is changing. Before 14 minutes, which I guess is what Riot is now defining as mid game. Teleport will have a longer cooldown and a very much more important change, can only target towers. The current teleport spell can target any friendly thing, a tower, a minion, a ward. It can even target, like, it has a couple of weird interactions, like Jarvan the Fourth's flagpole. I think at one point in time, I'm not sure if you can still do it, you could target Thresh's lantern. There's a few champion interactions with teleport as well. You could teleport on a Zac blob, on a passive Zac blob when he's regenerating. Quite a few different things. But they are changing it so before 14 minutes you can't do that. Riot claims that the teleport had way too much early game influence, as we have it on screen now. So they want to eliminate edge cases and have it stabilize a losing lane early, and then as the game goes, mid to late, allow it to be used for cross map plays and really what we've seen teleport become known for, which is creating flanks and side laning without too much risk in the late game. Sterix Gauge apparently is a problem that everybody is buying it. Riot doesn't like that everybody's buying it, so they're going to nerf the shit out of it. I mean, when they go to this extent to talk about one particular item, yeah, they're going to nerf the shit out of it. They claim, it says here that they're going to buff Maw of Malmortius and Death's Dance. I think that is definitely going to be a welcome change. I don't think as a fighter or really even as an AD carry, you get too many, or an AD assassin. You have a lot of AP, magic resist, items or itemization in the game. You pretty much have Wit's End and Maw Malmortius to give you some defensive magic resist while still having offensive stats on it. And even then, Maw Malmortius just doesn't feel that great. The Wit's End passive and item as a whole just feels a lot better in most cases. So them buffing up Maw is definitely a welcome sight, at least for me. And it looks like Riot wants to have that done in the first half of next year. They are delaying the Jana rework. There was a different article written up on that. Ari is getting a mini rework. They're probably going to move some abilities around. I have a feeling they're going to modify Ari's ultimate. The fact that she has that triple dash hypermobility on her is kind of iconic. So I don't think they're going to take it away entirely, but I think they're going to like fix it up, right? A different thing that I read on the Ari rework is they're saying that they want to make mid mages fun again, and they want to rework Ari to that. So honestly, I think it's a ploy because they want to sell skins. Because who doesn't want an Asian Kitsune champion, right? Has anybody seen Ari? Enough said. I mean, this is the whatever. This is the apparently this is the year-end explicit version of this podcast. So allow me to put this in other terms as well. There's a reason why Ari has the most Rule 34 content out there of all League of Legends champions.
Now, see, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
You can investigate that on your own free will, buddy, on your own time. In the long term, Riot says they don't like burst damage, and thank fuck, to quote Gordon Ramsay, thank fuck for that.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, okay, he actually went and investigated. Good, great.
Did you think I wasn't going to?
I would have thought you would have waited at least until the end of the show.
End of the show, I've got stuff and things.
Yeah, you got stuff and things now, buddy.
Well, different stuff and things to sort out.
Different stuff and things to sort out.
Look, you're going to be benefiting from that different stuff and things, so I'd shut your ass. Wait a minute. Never mind.
My ass is already shut. Or did you forget about the comment from earlier about how you're so far up my ass about that project, you're deeper than a butt plug? All we need now is a banana cream pie joke.
Well, I mean, with something like that, I mean, I if I was in the right mind and had the right delivery recipients, I could serve up a nice.
No. We just this is where I get to say where's Soraka when we need her. Yeah, you can go look that up too, buddy boy. But anyways, back on topic here. Riot is not happy with the amount of high burst damage. So they're thinking about turning down they're either thinking about turning down damage overall, or Well, here's the problem. If they turn down burst damage, assassins become useless, right? They don't want to force a tank meta because they did that before, and that was just to quote my to quote the wannabe disembodied voice on the other side of the desk here. That's when 72 minutes the dream happens.
Yeah, buddy.
And 72 minutes the dream refers to the longest world's match ever, which was 72 minutes long. I forget what year that was. I think it was 2015. 2015 or 2016. But it was in the middle of tank meta. Or juggernaut / tank meta. Not fun. Tank meta is not fun to play. And in second, which I'm even more happier about this than I am about the burst damage, is healing. Riot is going to fix healing. Well, at least I hope they fix healing the right way. But they said here, and I will quote as you see it on screen, we believe that systems like items and runes provide too much healing and sustain right now. When I read this, I thought about two things, right? One, I think Grievous Wounds is absolute dog shit. Because if you're up against a champion that has like some ungodly healing capability, whether it's Soraka, whether it's a Mundo with his ultimate running, hell, even a Garen with his passive and a Warmogs, or even just his passive and his Spirit Visage completed, that is some pretty high amounts of healing. That can be very difficult to cut through. And Grievous Wounds is supposed to reduce that healing by 20, 40, 60, who the fuck knows how much percent. But I just don't think Grievous Wounds is doing anything, right? It's like there's a fire and you're pissing on the fire to put it out, and it's only making the fire. You're not pissing on the fire, you're pouring gasoline on the fire, really. So I'm very glad to see that Riot realizes that healing is a significant problem in the game right now and needs to be addressed. Which I think will also reel in some of the enchanter heavy play style that we've seen right now. And you'll see champions like Alulu, Yumi, Soraka all get reeled in because their capability to heal will more than likely be adjusted and just completely cut. Hopefully at least cut in half by some of these changes, right? But that's what we got out of the gameplay, out of the dev blog a few days ago. Obviously, as usual, this is Riot putting something down on paper, and it's we'll see it when we'll believe it when we see it. But that's what we've got for now. But at least Riot realizes they have a couple of major problems that they really need to deal with. So, our next topic, I don't really have a good transition for the next thing to talk about. Normally I have like a halfway decent transition for these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one. So for those of you who like to keep track of European news, a few months back in September, Ibai, the popular Brazilian streamer, and The Barcelona soccer pro Gerard Piqué. I said that right this time, right?
Yes, you did.
Have bought Astralis' Superliga, the EU Superliga spot for 300,000 euros. They have debuted in a friendly show match back last week. I think it was last Wednesday. Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
They debuted in a friendly show match against Carmine Corps, which, if you remember, is where Reckless moved to. Here is the thing. Here's the headline, right? The debut peaked at 477,000 viewers on Twitch.
So
And
that's not.
this is a show match.
I mean, with something like that, with show match numbers, that is pretty good.
I mean, it wasn't promoted by Riot or any. This is literally just these guys are like, "Hey, you want to play? Yeah, sure, we'll play today. How's that? You want to do today? Yeah, we'll do today. Sure." Here's the rub. The numbers for this show match were better than the LCS Summer Split Grand Finals.
It's gonna be a problem. Wow.
Yeah. The 2021 LCS Summer Split Grand Finals in August peaked at 364,328 people, according to esports charts.
Jesus.
Yeah, Ebuy, if he throws his name and weight, like he is the Don Francisco of Brazilian esports and Spanish, like Spanish esports.
Covering both sides of the Atlantic, although not the entirety of the Iberian Peninsula, but weirdness. Yeah.
Like he throws his name behind something and like people will watch it. People follow him. Like he has like some 6 million followers on Twitter and I think like 8 million on Twitch. Like the man is popular. He has grown a brand and made a career from his shoutcasting days. And then you have PK, which is, the Barcelona. Need I say more?
Barcelona and Shakira.
Yeah. Again, need I say more? Would you like to know who won?
I am curious, but I mean, seems kind of obvious.
Oh, I want to know who you think won, and since you think the result was obvious.
Well, I'm looking at it. You know what? I'm probably sitting here going to look like a horse's ass right now. How long? And you're just gonna sit here.
I'm just gonna sit here until you make a guess. Because now I want you to look like a horse's ass.
I don't think his team did it. I think they lost.
Who?
KOI?
Oh, no, they won. Evi's team won it.
Huh.
They they effectively played a best of 3 series. And it was 2-1. in favor of Ebi's team, which is officially named Koi, Koi.
Koi like the fish?
Yeah, Koi like the fish. I'm pretty sure it probably stands for something, but I can't exactly figure out what. But they actually debuted the name and everything with the show match, because it was like, okay, we bought the spot, but they don't have a name. They don't have any really thing else yet for it. But yeah, no, they Reckless actually lost. Carmine Core KC lost the show match. So yeah, you think Reckless is washed up yet? I'm just we are not going there yet.
Yeah,
Maybe
no.
maybe after the first couple of weeks of LEC or LFL, I think what is this, LFL? Yeah. Maybe after the first couple of weeks at LFL, when Reckless and K Core are not doing so good, maybe then we'll start pulling out the Reckless washed up memes. Because show matches, you don't want to put. I mean, okay, so these two teams are not playing in the same league. They're not, they're not competitors to each other. Even internationally, these teams, they're not world's contention or MSI contention teams or anything like that. These are effectively double A teams, right? As we were talking about off air, you could argue that the Spanish Superliga is like a farm region, or a farm league, but either way, they're pretty much both the LFL and Superliga are both part of EU Masters.
Mm-hmm.
So, or a subset thereof. So yeah, they're not, they don't have anything to lose by like going full out against each other, right? But I also feel like you don't tip your hand too much, and on top of that, preseason's just been weird, right? There's a growing outcry on mostly Reddit, because that's where people seem to want to complain about League of Legends. About the Chemtech souls, which are grossly overpowered and should be deleted. I am in agreement with that. Or reworked significantly. So I don't know. It's a weird preseason. We're gonna see changes in 12.1. The teams are gonna have to adjust to pretty quickly. We're in the middle of the 1124B patch. We'll be sitting on this patch for another 2 weeks, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. Normally patch cycles are every 2 weeks, but this is the holiday patch that we will be sitting on through, more than likely, I'm going to say it's either going to be, because Riot patches on Wednesdays, it's either going to be the 5th or the 12th. But they did release an emergency patch or a B patch on the 15th, I believe it was. If it wasn't the 15th, I think it was the 18th. It wasn't very long after the 1121 patch came out. So they're like, okay, we see stuff that is just absolutely game breaking if we leave this the way it is before we go on holidays. But this should be the very last patch of the year. And then when we come back Like I said, it'll either be the 5th or the 12th. We will get 12.1, welcoming the 12th season and year of League of Legends.
Oh, to think back to where I was 12 long years ago.
Same here. But speaking of professional players, I have a little bit of a better segue into this one.
As in, you actually have a segue into this one.
Yeah. We have 2 Eastern pro players who are coming out of retirement. This is actually somewhat big news. The first one is star LPL Chinese veteran Uzi, one of the most recognized bot lane AD carries in the world, is coming out of retirement and is returning to pro play. He is joining a team called Billy Gaming. All right. You can stifle. You can get your laughs out now. I'm putting a link in the thing there. It is a Chinese team owned by a website, Bilibili.com.
I'm sorry.
Which appears to be a Chinese gaming website.
Say that name out loud multiple times and tell me that it is not.
I might be pronouncing it wrong for all we know.
No, you're pronouncing it right, but sit there and tell me that that name is not guffaw worthy.
I mean,
See, you wanna, but you can't.
I can't, because at least one of the 2 of us has to remain somewhat professional so we don't piss people off.
Professional? What's that mean?
Exactly.
Look, we here at the W2M Network pride ourselves on having at least one unprofessional on every show, okay? I just happen to be the one for this show for once.
Wait, you're the professional for this show?
The unprofessional.
Oh, the unprofessional. I didn't hear the un part. But yes, they are one of the 1,978 teams that are in the LPL, because, we all know that the LPL has 862 teams in it. We have talked about this many times.
We have
on this show. But yes, Uzi is returning to pro play. So we will see where that goes. Because Uzi is absolutely legendary. Just an amazingly skilled player. So we will have to see how they perform in the LPL this coming split. And our second professional player returning is Piglet. Yes, Piglet. He took a little over a 2-year break, and has been pretty much just completely absent from anything professional. But he is returning to the team that made him famous, T1. But he's not returning as a pro player, actually. He is going to be returning to T1 as their academy coach. He will be a positional coach for T1 Academy. And they announced this back on the 14th. So it's like we do these episodes on a Monday, and like, Tuesday and Wednesday is when all the news gets released, it seems. But Piglet made a name for himself and pretty much solidified his career during the 2013 season when he won the world championship as a part of SKT. But the next year was the year that they choked, and the org made some changes. They did some scrapping and some rebuilding. He was a part of that. He came to North America and played here in North America from 2014 to 2019, mostly on Team Liquid. And then 2018, he joined Clutch Academy team. 10 months later, they promoted him up to their main roster. 2019, he had a horrible year, and he announced his retirement. And now he's coming out of retirement in a sense. And he will be back in Korea with T1 as a bot lane coach. So interesting to see that move out of T1. And as I said before, I am really enjoying the fact that these teams are doubling. The teams are really starting to double down on the positional coach thing, right? They're sitting at the blackjack table. They saw the pair of tens. They're splitting the tens, which if you know anything about blackjack, you always split tens. And here's hoping a face card comes up on both of them, right?
Especially when you're going against a dealer high card.
Oh, yeah. And in some of these cases, it's definitely a dealer high card. But usually, most times, dealer has to hit to 16. So, or under 16.
Yep, hit on 16, stand on 17.
I don't know about you, but I like those odds. I've always
I do
liked those
too.
odds, especially
I do
when you're
too.
sitting on split tens. So, yeah, I'm really happy to see teams doubling down on the positional coach thing. I think that's going to become the norm for a League of Legends roster, and I'm all for it. And I think it's good because it gives professional players an opportunity where they may not be experienced enough, or their capability to play may not be at a capacity where they can play professionally, but they still certainly have the game knowledge to coach. And it gives, retiring players, so to speak, an opportunity to still stay in the League of Legends esports community. And I think it's also good because we've been talking, or at least there's been talks for a few years now, primarily in North America, but you see it a little bit in other regions as well, where you have a lot of really veteran players who, for whatever reason, don't really want to give up the ghost for the newer upcoming rookies that have a legitimate shot at taking some of these teams to worlds. And I think the fact that these veteran players now have an opportunity to okay, maybe I'm getting a little too old to be playing, I can still be a coach and there's going to be a spot for me. And I'm all for that.
Not to mention, not only do you have that sort of extra transition from the veteran players, you get more exposure for the league as well, because when you have these players staying on, when you have more job openings, you get a little bit better competition and everything else. You don't have teams that are players that are suddenly out in the cold.
Yeah, which is a thing we've been talking about a lot. At least definitely this month, if not this entire off season here on the podcast. So I'm not going to rehash. We've been over this. But that's all of the new stuff. Again, I told you it wasn't 30 minutes of news max, right? There's not a lot going on in the League of Legends esports ecosphere right now, which is
And
understandable because it's the holiday season. Um the teams that were in Korea boot camping have already come back home, right? Like they're not spending Christmas in Korea. I think a couple of players may have opted to stay in Korea for Christmas to continue to boot camp, but yeah, no. Generally, teams do like a 3 week boot camp at most in Korea. Come home, they're home for Christmas, they're home for New Year's, and then January, it's like buckle down, get serious, get adjusted to the you know new season that's officially launched. Um, get their accounts up to diamond and play some professional league in February or March, depending on your region. But speaking of playing professional League of Legends, our bullshit filler segment of the week.
so this is going to be a weekly thing now. So
No,
you're going to
no, that's not gonna. I mean, unless you want me to torture you with the bullshit filler segment of the week.
I was gonna say you have all of this for a bullshit filler segment, but you're not brave enough to delve into the realm of whatever. I see how this is.
I, you know why we're not going into the whatever at the moment.
All right, fair point. Fair point. All I'm saying is it was a pretty good whatever moment, because I'll be
I
damned
mean,
if I
we were having a great whatever. We can continue to have a great whatever moment. Just, I mean, keep in mind of the
it's
stuff, the
yes.
circumstances.
Yes, I know of the extenuating circumstances, but man,
I don't
have
know if
you
I'd call those extenuating, but
well, I mean, okay, fair point, but all I'm saying is, you ever have those moments, or in these cases, like these days or weeks, where you have a cluster of just weird dreams?
yes.
I'm going through one of those, and they've had a weird alternating sort of pattern to them.
I have a recurring one that I get every now and again, and when it happens, I know that it's an onset of one of those weird, like, stretches, if you will.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh crap.
legit, this is 4 nights in a row. One of them, I'm having a deep philosophical interlude in the form of a conversation on a beach about critical issues I've been exploring within myself. The next night, it ends with a redhead wanting to see my dick, and I show her. Then a couple nights ago, it was one involving one of my friends from college, and a whole big thing about running around and an interesting day that ends up with ordering a bunch of girls for a convention. And then last night's dream ends up with me and someone from my current phase of my life, and a weird kind of a stepsister moment, and we're negotiating for sex. I don't know.
You're having a weird week, man.
I'm telling you, this is what happens. I will have
Especially that first dream reminded me of a certain mutual someone that we both know
yeah,
too, and I'm
yeah.
sure you know who I'm referring to.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, yeah. But
You
yeah,
know, dreads. Yeah,
yeah. Oh, I've yeah.
yeah.
I've had my encounters with him recently.
Oh boy. Ugh.
But
This bullshit whatever segment of the week sponsored by Sprite. Why am I actually saying shit on the air? Because here at the W2M Network, we sure as hell can be bought. Give me a goddamn sponsorship. Somebody, anybody, I don't care.
well, I mean, I'm at least particular about my sponsorships. Bovada, Tenga,
Oh yeah, do the thing.
Chihuahua.
Do the thing. Hashtag bet on Bovada.
Well, I have to go into the proper banner section. But yeah.
Hashtag bet on Bovada. Please be of legal gambling age and follow all local restrictions. 21 means 21. God damn it, gamble responsibly.
Yeah, and if I were you, I'd pay damn close attention to some of the lines on this third Ashes test that's going to be in Melbourne right around Boxing Day.
I'm gonna pretend that I understood everything that you said past lines. I know what lines are. I between lines and Boxing Day, just in one headphone, out the other.
Cricket.
I,
Harry would be proud that I made that reference. That's all I'm
okay,
going to
I
say.
don't know cricket at all. Guys with hammers whacking balls through upright pegs.
That's croquet.
See, I don't even have it. I don't have the right sport.
All right,
Ugh.
so that's another potential person that I'm going to have to add to list of people who want to learn cricket and that I will teach.
Oh. Ugh. Shut up, phone.
See, even your phone agrees with that idea.
Ugh. That's gonna keep beeping.
But yes, that's the kind of week that I've been having. And yeah, I woke up all ready to go this afternoon and write everything down, and I still will when we're done with this.
Yeah, no, if I ever run into two girls in Corvettes chasing me down a long rural 2-lane specific, but I'm not saying it because location. Um, long 2-lane road. I know I'm gonna have one of those weeks.
You can type the location out elsewhere, and I'll keep that private.
Oh, I'll tell you about that off air. But
Deal.
there's, oh, excuse me. There's that Sprite coming back. Um, there's more to that. Um, let's just say we're at explicit. I don't want to go to NC-17.
There is no such specific thing as NC-17.
Well, look, to me, there is, okay? There may also be this thing about me not wanting to divulge specific extracurricular interests.
Oh, see, now that's something entirely different that I understand. This is why we have a dark Twitter, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell them about the Twitters.
I mean, well, you can find myself on Twitter, where we're broadcasting live, oh, by the way, at Squid Sports Head.
Yeah, I see you still. What it apparently, I think Twitter doesn't like me, right?
Why not?
We do lilags. We can't get on the W2Mnet Twitter.
Nobody can get on the W2Mnet Twitter. Everybody's been using some personal Twitter one way or another. So it's
Really?
not, it's not just you. It's a bigger thing.
Sounds like somebody needs to email Twitter or tweet Twitter or do something with Twitter that
Well,
does not involve fucking it. Because
oh,
I just know you're gonna make a joke.
I wasn't gonna, but now that you put me on the spot,
No, you know what you're gonna do to Twitter? You know what you're gonna do to Twitter? I got the perfect joke. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be huge. You are going to bake a banana cream pie and pie Twitter in the face.
well, I mean, among other places, you're not entirely wrong. You're not entirely wrong.
I love how easy and how often I can get away with the banana cream pie jokes.
These are about the few shows to where we can get away with it, so we embrace it. If you don't like these jokes, then send your hate mail to s.garmer@gmail.com and remind him to do the thing that he was going to do because he was the one who mentioned about fixing Twitter.
So it's all Sean's fault that the Twitter's fucked.
It's not his fault that it's fucked, but he said he was going to fix it.
Are you even watching the show over there? We already did that gag.
No.
By the way, what the fuck are you eating?
Croutons.
It sounds, I'm about to say, it sounds crunchier than it looks.
Croutons.
Okay.
A little bit of salad dressing.
So croutons and salad dressing,
There's
but
also some bacon bits in there.
no actual salad?
So I was at Sam's yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And I had some salad, or at least in my head, I'm like, I have a couple of bags of pre-made salad mix in the fridge I need to go through. Saw the croutons there. I'm thinking, okay, we'll get croutons, throw them with the salad. Unfortunately, the salad went bad.
Ah.
Like, it looked good. I opened it up to make it tonight to serve with dinner, and no, it did not smell good.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, still kind of want to eat some croutons. So
Yeah, if it works, it works. I mean, among my different meals tonight, I had chicken with some nice buffalo sauce and some blocks of cheese.
what kind of cheese?
Sharp cheddar.
Okay. There's only two right answers to that question.
What was the second one?
Pepper jack.
Eh. It's not bad, but Colby Jack is better.
Oh, no. No, the sharper the better as far as cheddar goes. And then a good mozzarella, like a good quality mozzarella.
Yeah,
Like
that
fresh
works.
mozzarella. Like if you're taking the mozzarella out of the package and there ain't water in there, it's not a good quality mozzarella.
Fair enough. So that's like full-fledged mozzarella.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Then we're talking a pepper jack. Then maybe a good Swiss, like a Jarlsberg Swiss. From there, probably an Asiago, like a good mildly sharp like a good well-aged Asiago.
Oh, now that is some good cheese.
Then from there, you probably a Colby Jack.
I can accept all of those, save for the pepper jack. I've never been a pepper jack fan.
Oh no, pepper jack is definitely got to be like top 3 favorite cheeses for me. I can, you give me something and some pepper jack to go with it, I'll make it good. Like I can make any dish better with I can make almost any dish better with pepper jack. In one way or another. Like heck, I make grilled cheeses with pepper jack, and that's, you want to talk about good. Which, by the way, I haven't been able to. I got cheese yesterday while I was at Sam's, so I'm going to be doing that banana thing. Oh, I don't have any bananas though at the moment. Forgot to grab bananas. I will try it next week because I have to go. When we do that thing I was talking to you about for the non-profit side venture,
Right.
next week, I have to go get pineapples. So when we get pineapples, I will pick up a small bunch of bananas.
You know when you have a whole chain of things that just completed in your head? Yeah, it's one of those moments.
Like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Kinda, sorta. Less that, more. Less that, and more to put a spin on Lilag's password plus puzzle.
Mmm. It's time for the Bert Convy fuck up hour. Ba 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 da ba.
That's super password, but close enough.
I know, I was making the reference to super. I know the difference between password, password plus, and super password.
So then why do I step and say, hey, this is one thing, and you automatically fast forward 4 years?
Because I wasn't a fan of Password Plus, much like you're not a fan of that one theme from Password.
Look, we do not mention that theme. That show was awesome, but that theme was god awful, and I will stand by it to today.
Okay,
No.
then, so we don't bitch about me bringing up the Bert Convy fuck up hour.
All right, fair.
Jeez, come on now. Ugh. So, do you want to get into our bullshit segment of the week or whatever?
Yes, now we can go ahead and do it.
All right. Do you got the thing loaded from the very beginning of the there? Okay, here we go. All right, let's roll the beautiful. Okay, I have to actually set this up. I can't just say roll the beautiful bean footage. So this week we're because there's nothing else to talk about league wise, and I didn't want a 45-minute show because this is not Lilags where a 45-minute show is acceptable.
Unless someone decides it isn't. Wanna be disembodied voice.
Yeah, well, these things happen. Yeah. Faker versus Ryu, right? Very famous LCK finals way the hell back in the day. Like, you're gonna watch this clip and you're gonna be like, this is League of Legends. Because the visually it looks so much different from how it looks now. This is like version 1.0 of League. Not in a literal sense, but you know what I mean. There is an infamous, and I do mean infamous, clip of Faker going 1v1 versus Ryu, who at the time was considered to be the best mid laner in the world. Because this was back when Faker was. I don't believe this was his rookie year, but I think this was his second year as a professional. It might have been his rookie year. I honestly can't remember. But either way, this was like very, very early on in his career. But this is a play that has been analyzed, studied, broken down frame by frame by almost anybody who's ever touched League of Legends content. And what we're about to see is actually a featurette from Worlds 2015 that has the clip in it. So we'll roll the clip and then we'll talk about this very iconic play.
You have just Faker nightmares. You wake up in a cold sweat. You're like, Faker's behind. I know, right?
I mean, it's known internationally. There's a joke in Korea that says, Ryu dies every 5 seconds. It means like someone watches the Faker versus Ryu Zed clip every 5 seconds.
Man on the floor. I think he's in the bed. Oh, Faker may be in trouble here. Deathmark tries to clean it up for Ryu. Oh, look at the cleanse. Look at the moves. Faker, what was that?
뉴페이스 굉장히 재밌다고 생각하는데 그래서 역시 H2K전에서 뉴페이스를 보려면은 역시 상영이가 나와서 아마 보여주지 않을까 저는 생각하고 있긴 해요.
Ryu gets the drop onto Faker right there, gets him down to about a third health, and we see the death mark come down right there from Ryu. The immediate cleanse. Look at the shadow swap, so the QSS removes the death mark, and then at this point he gets enough damage with the flash afterwards to chunk him just up. Ryu tries to come in, but here we go. Back to the living shadow again. Back with the
다들 알다시피 페이커랑 하는 거 지금 제일 기대하고 있어요.
사실 제가 지난번에 좀 류 선수랑 제드 1대1을 하는 영상이 많이 올라와서 그 점으로 인해서 많이 언급이 되고 있는데
God, he looks so young.
멋있는 동영상 하나 만들었잖아요. 페이커랑 할 때. 이번에 또 재밌는 영상 하나 만들었으면 좋겠어요.
사실 과거는 과거일 뿐이고 그때 실력과 지금 실력은 전혀 다르기 때문에 저는 새로운 선수를 상대한다는 마음가짐으로 할 거기 때문에
그때는 제가 졌잖아요. 1대1. 뭐 이번에는 죽이는 쪽으로 동영상 만들고 싶어요.
God, that was a great world championship. "2015 was a great fucking world championship, man. Like, behind this year's world championship, I think it's my favorite one. But I miss that old school League of Legends where everybody shit talked each other. Like in a competitive banter way, but they still shit talked each other.
Well, that's because shit talking was acceptable back then.
No, it's still acceptable, just Riot doesn't like it. So
it's not acceptable.
No. You don't understand. Riot doesn't like 3 people that happen to be at the top of Riot's pyramid. They're like, yeah, maybe we could do a little bit less on the shit talking, but the fan base, the community, even casters are like, bring back the shit talking.
So, but this is my point, though. If with everything is going on at the top, it's not acceptable. Once they finally realize it is, then everybody will get what they want.
I don't think it's so much as it's not acceptable. It's they don't want it widespread, right? Like if one person gets in like one like slight, not even shit talk, right? Just a slight every like now and again, Riot will let that like Riot's like, okay. But like what you just saw in that clip, no.
One slight.
Like for example, if Double Lift were to pull his everyone else's trash again nowadays, that would not fly.
So but this proves my point.
2017 or 18 or 16 or whenever the hell he did that. Yeah, no, that was great. But now, yeah, not so much. Well, the problem is Riot is trying to promote to a broader audience, and they got all this. It's commercialization,
sellouts.
That's really what it is. It's commercialization, and with the commercialization comes we gotta tone it down a bit. It's bad enough the fans want the casters to be able to cast uncensored, and they can't do it.
Oh, what the hell is even the point then?
Like, you should see Captain Flowers do amateur casting on his Twitch channel where he gets to say whatever the goddamn fucking hell he wants, and it's good.
But that's some of the fun stuff, though.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
like
Trust
if you
me,
were to
if they let him cast uncensored on broadcast, they would double viewership. Like, actually, like, I will put money on it. They will double viewership numbers.
Hashtag Bravavada.
This son of a bitch.
I was already preparing it. I mean, hell, but it's those uncensored moments that are the best ones. Like if you, if
Oh
you were
no,
to go back and
there's been a couple that have just happened and they went through on air, and yes, they are absolutely some of the best ones.
yeah, but I mean, even for my personal example, if you go back into the archives, the audio archives of W2M, because this was not video for reasons, there was a test pilot episode between myself and Harry Broadhurst, who you know from other programs and shows on this network. He and I did alternative commentary for an NBA game, the Jazz and the Clippers. He's a big Jazz fan. The perfect thing that I said when a player stepped onto the court, it was priceless. Completely uncensored, priceless. That's all I'm going to say. Go back and listen to that show. It was great.
You know what? We're not talking about Faker versus Ryu. We're just going to talk about interesting pro player moments.
I mean, we may as well. We've seen the clip and everything, and
I want to. We're kind of memeing on Faker versus Ryu. I actually want to give it like a little bit of serious like breakdown on what makes it such a good play, but this is not the episode for that.
nah.
With
I
the
mean,
direction that this episode has gone in, this is not the episode for that.
you should have known that automatically. What have we said about us
I mean,
and Rails?
when we started off the show talking about about butt plugs and just, you know, that end of the whatever. Yeah.
All right, so roll this clip then.
Oh yeah, no, roll the, like I said, we're talking about, you know,
Nearly a culling from full to dead there against Canyon. Also getting that Zonia's means that his team fight power is greatly reduced, as is the health of Nexus turret number 1, which is already dead. RNG continue their push. They've got Elder Drake for another 45. Holy shit! Canyon is instantly deleted. RNG already continuing the push now. Double kill back over to Kaisa. You got Showmaker looking to disengage. Ghost, Con, Showmaker all stuck in the fountain. And RNG knows exactly what it takes to win the game. 30.
Okay, yeah. I get
that was
that.
at MSI. I believe that was MSI finals. Yeah, that was the MSI finals, game 1 this year. So,
But that was
like,
a worthy
May.
holy shit moment, though.
Yeah, no, it was. But yeah, no, the casting is like infinitely better when they're allowed to swear.
Yeah, of course. I take it you're trying to find something else. And by the way, Dakota Johnson, since you brought that bit up again, if you're listening, this is how you advertise them, sweetie. This is how you advertise them.
Let's see, double. All right, so here's a cringe moment from Double Lift because I can. And we're on the explicit side of the show today. This is a bit of a longer clip, so we might want to we may fast forward a little bit through parts of this, but I'm not even going to present this with context. I'm just going to let the clip roll. This is from 2013, by the way. So yeah, this is a decade ago, roughly.
Almost.
Well, this was back when PAX Prime was a
Hey
thing,
guys,
and
Travis here.
Riot gave out skins at PAX Prime, which are now considered to be the rarest skins ever.
All right. Putting up on screen. And you just let me know when to fast forward and when
I mean,
not
you can fast forward it as you will.
Day 2 of PAX 2013, joined by Double Lift, who doesn't know when the interview's about to start, and Nian back here. How's it going? You have anything you want to say at the start of this?
You suck, Travis.
Cool. Anyway, so we're off to a great start. This is now an interview about Double Lift and me.
That was too close, dude. That was too close.
Wait, we've done that before.
Yeah, I know, but that was just too much. I couldn't handle it. Only at the end of an interview can I do that.
All right, we'll save that for later. Anyway, so you are here at PAX, and you just won. Congratulations, Double Lift. You just won.
Yeah, first time in a while.
So you're not going to Worlds.
No, that's pretty lame, though.
So I didn't have a chance to interview after that. So why do you think you guys lost to TSM?
Well, first I want to say we practiced the most we've ever practiced for the 2 weeks, and like I think we got a lot better. And when time came to actually crunch time to play the match, we choked hella hard. Dude, this mic is so close to me. Is it supposed to be this close?
Yeah, because it's loud in here.
Oh, okay, I got it. Anyways, so stop it. We choked really, really fucking bad. Like, you guys don't even understand. We were playing like gods in scrims, but even though we choked, I think TSM's a better team. And just the way that they approach the game is a lot more aggressive than us, and they clearly deserve to represent NA over us. And it's hard for some people to admit that, but I'll just go and say, yeah, they're the better team. I'm just really sad because I couldn't imagine myself not playing at Worlds. Even though it sounds hella cocky, I don't think any other AD in NA has outperformed me over the season. Even though I have a bad week here and there, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, Double Lift sucks." Look, he had a really shitty week. Blah blah blah. If you just look at the course of season 3, I've outperformed every North American AD carry, and but even though I understand.
Remember what I said about trash talking?
So
yeah,
obviously Froggen's not going to Worlds. He's amazing.
This guy is the king of trash talk.
Going to Worlds, he's amazing. There's all these amazing players. It's just one good player does not make your team. So it's hard for me to accept that, but obviously it's the best teams will go, and we're not top 3 right now.
I want you to know that whenever you said it's really bad that didn't happen, my video producer winced because he has to censor every time you use a cuss word.
Oh really? Sorry, dude. You don't have to censor everyone.
Anyway, so we're here at PAX. Have you met any cool fans?
Yeah. Pretty much all my fans are pretty cool, minus the ones who they'll just kind of walk up and they'll shove something. If they anyone who just has the time to talk to me and be like, "Hey, I'm your big fan," blah blah blah. I make some small talk and I'm down to hear what people have to say. It's especially cool when people are like, "Wow, you're the reason I got into playing AD carry," or you're the reason I got into playing League or watching streams. Because yeah, that's awesome that I'm a good influence on some people.
Good influence, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a pretty. Normally, I'd be a bad influence, but I like being a good influence. Yeah.
Congratulations, you're fantastic. Yeah, so you were able to beat Curse in a sequel to last year's PAX. Hello again, Ian.
What the hell?
Anyway, so yeah,
How can you tell?
I just sense your presence.
Interesting.
So anyway, I'll miss him. So I don't know, but yeah, he's a weird dude. Anyway, what the hell was I asking? I hate Ian so much. This never happened.
You were ever, dude. The face of
It gets better. Trust me, this gets better.
To the Curse CLG match that happened at PAX last year, and then you guys beat them again. So tell me about those games.
Well, I honestly thought we played pretty well against TSM despite losing. Overall, TSM just outplayed us. We didn't play that bad, and against Curse, we played our game again. I think we actually played worse against Curse. We played really well against TSM. I think we played just okay against Curse, but Curse is the worst team by far. Or not by far, just by significant amount. So we just ended up outplaying them and I guess outpicking them because their picks seemed really off, super off.
Very good. Well, you managed to do that. What are you guys planning on doing now?
Well, now that we made it into season 4 and avoided relegations again, I'm just gonna, I don't know, like, I did everything I could to make sure that we went to Worlds, you know, but it sucks that we didn't make it. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna take a little vacation, try to like, because I'm really burnt out of League right now, like super burnt out. I can't.
You just practice so much.
Yeah, like I didn't get a break between splits because I was doing All Stars, and it's just like practice, 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 improve. And you know, like in the last like 6 months, I had a couple weeks where I would just choke and play like trash.
Okay, I've got to mention this.
What?
Tell me that dude in the background right there does not look like a super short version of Yao Ming.
I think that's a pro player. I think that is a very young Biofrost.
My sentiment still stands. Carrying on.
That might be a very young Biofrost.
But I really think I need a break and just like get my mind off League because 24/7, I'm just practicing. I'm like in custom games, like CSing against bots. I'm like thinking about League all day, every day, and it's like really suffocating.
Yeah, I mean, we should figure something out. Well, you should just meet a bunch of fans here. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like walking around PAX and just interacting with my fans. Actually, it's like if I don't have anything to do, if I'm not going to some important thing, it's really relaxing and cool.
Have you seen any good cosplay here?
Yeah, some,
Like what?
just some. I don't know. I can't really think. Like I don't know.
Is there anything in particular?
No, screw you, Travis.
I need you to hold this microphone really quick. Entertain the crowd.
No,
right
wait,
now.
wait a second. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. I'm letting go. We're not doing this. We are not doing
Hold
this.
this microphone.
We're not doing this.
Just talk to the camera. So here.
Hello.
So are you you're cosplaying here?
Yeah, I am.
What are you cosplaying?
Oh, this is
Are you a big fan of Officer
This is gonna
Caitlin,
get good.
Double Lift, that skin?
I don't even play Caitlyn, Travis.
Yeah.
What's a Caitlyn?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. It's cool.
pause.
What's your name?
Daphne.
Yeah, so that is a total absolute bullshit lie. Caitlyn is like his number 180 carry champion. Yeah. Let's just say if we had a bullshit meter graphic, I'd be saying let's put it up on screen right now. And it would be the bullshit light would be off the charts. You can resume.
Daphne? All right. Do you know Peter?
You kind of know, really.
You don't know who he is?
Yeah, I do know.
okay.
Double.
Double Lift, yeah. Double Lift, this is Daphne.
What's up?
I like that there's alliteration there. Double Lift and Daphne. That's pretty cool.
I hate you, Travis. Way to make you just make every interview. It's like I already hate my life.
I'm
before
sorry, I
here.
can never not watch this
It's not
interview
you,
with a
it's him.
straight
It's him.
face.
Well, I mean, yeah, I hope not, because that's kind of insulting to say to Daphne,
Ugh.
right?
Yeah. No.
Can
the
you
cosplay's
can you
good.
see why though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you think of Double Lift as an AD carry?
He's good. He's pretty good. Yeah.
Pretty good, yeah. What do you think of
What an
Daphne? Yeah.
understatement. Like, come on, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
He thinks it's a understatement.
Daphne's pretty good too. I've never seen her play, but I could tell.
Daphne, are you very good?
I'm okay. Not that great, you know.
Do you play a lot of Officer Caitlin?
Actually, I used to main her, but that was before ranked games. So yeah.
What do you mean now?
Vayne. Yeah.
Oh, Double Lift, you play Vayne, don't you?
No.
No, never.
Beep 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 beep. Bullshit meters going off the
No,
charts.
yeah.
Well, since you
That's
don't
like
play
his
Vayne,
like second
maybe
or third
Daphne,
most
Daphne, would
played
you teach him how
champion.
to play Vayne?
Oh, I'm okay with Vayne. Just not
You're okay.
not that good. Great.
Well, he doesn't even play her, so maybe you could just give him lessons, right?
No, it's okay.
No, you don't want to? Okay.
There's like OkCupid, there's like Match.com, and then there's Travis Gafford, the face of esports, like right here. It's happening right now on GameSpot.
Exactly. GameSpot. So Double Lift, you have a lot of free time over the next couple of days, right? You're leaving on Monday?
Yeah, I think I leave on like Tuesday or maybe Monday night. I don't know.
This is too
Daphne,
good.
when are you leaving PAX? Are you live in Seattle?
I live in Seattle.
Yeah, you live in Seattle. So you're around for the next couple of days, right? Yeah. Right. Actually, Peter,
Suck my dick,
you,
Travis.
you have some free time after this interview, right? I think you have to go do another interview, and then after that, you're pretty good. Yeah. Daphne, would you be interested in perhaps showing Double Lift? Like, have you been around PAX at all?
Kind of. Not. Well, I've been in the league panel.
You've been in the league area.
Yeah.
So maybe you guys could go check out like the show floor together, yeah?
Okay.
Would you be willing to do that?
If he's okay with it.
Are you okay with that double lift? You don't. I mean, she's
Yo,
a fan.
I'm really sorry about this,
Yeah.
Daphne. This you don't deserve this.
Yeah. So you're a fan. Like she's a fan. She wants to show you around the expo. Would you be willing to do that?
I hate you so much, dude.
Yes or no? Like Reddit is going to be looking at this interview.
Like I'm down. Like whatever. If I don't have anything to do.
So Daphne, double lift is going to show you, or you're going to show double lift around the show floor or whatever. You guys going to check it out together. Is that cool?
Okay.
Fantastic. All right. So double lift, do you have any shout outs, plugs, anything you want to say to sponsors at the end of this interview?
Yeah, dude. Does GameSpot have any like competitors?
No, we have none. Anyway, check out what are your sponsors?
Well, basically just like alternative websites to GameSpot. You know, maybe check out some of Thorin's stuff from Grilled, History Sport. Shout out to my sponsors, Razer, no longer SMG, Zubu TV, iBuyPower, NZXT, and shout out to Riot. Also, just like to all my fans and to TLG's fans, like I'm really sorry that we just suck. Obviously, like yeah, exactly. We just suck. We worked super hard, and obviously we just couldn't deliver. TSM played better than us, so I'm just glad we're done relegation, and like hopefully you don't like lose faith, because honestly, yeah, we just say the word potential, but you'll just see next season, I guess.
I'm sure things will turn out okay for you. I know you got a busy night. For everyone, this is Travis on day 2 of PAX 2013. Shout out to Daphne. You can check out the rest of our coverage at gamespot.com/esports.
Okay, that was priceless. That was priceless.
I told you that was good. Freaking.
Now with this, okay, I'm seeing something.
Yes. That's Double Lift's current romantic partner, interest, etc.
Okay, and this is going up on screen for the benefit. Yeah, I'm just going to. I mean, granted, we here know our audience.
I can't even with you, man.
I mean, look, all I am saying is
She may or may not also have a Twitter.
you see, we here at the W2M Network love our audience and those who happen to watch and subscribe. And I'm pretty sure those of you who are out there are familiar with the phrase fan service. Are you not?
I would hope so. We've talked about fan service enough on this freaking podcast.
I mean, before I do something and push a button. Okay,
that was intent. That last one was intentional. Just yeah.
You see here, Espinoza, you can't go around pushing buttons of producers at this network.
I can push the buttons of whatever damn producers I want. What are you gonna do? Take me off the air?
Okay, so now that we've got that sorted out and out of the way, let me tell you something right now. While I've got all the screen time, and I'm probably going to wind up pushing another button at this rate, I don't know yet.
I can't even with you.
I mean, and seriously, let me just say, and let me put this up here with a personal shout out to Double Lift. Teach me your ways. I mean, seriously. If this, you, her, this, a thing, can I borrow some of that mojo? Whatever you got going on, any kind of cheat code or anything, it would be very much appreciated. That's all I am saying. Oh, I swear, but again, no bunny girl can be a complete bunny girl without a tail, though. Also, now nothing for that one. Okay.
No, because
Okay.
I'm looking up our next clip because I need to get you off of this train of thought.
Look,
All right, here we go.
Look,
Next
I'm
clip.
about to say I'm going to get off quite well by myself once we're finished, okay? You don't need to worry about that.
In your picks, who will win?
I would say
Season 3
something,
World
but I'm
Champion?
probably
SK
equally
Telecom
guilty,
T1
and
or
we're
Royal?
just going to leave it at that.
Well,
I
you know
wonder
my
who.
pick. All aboard the Korean hype train, SK Telecom G1 for the championship. Hands down, I've got my tickets here. I got tickets to the Korean hype train, and I will be giving them out. It's your last chance. First class still available, Crepo. Here, let me go ahead. I'll go ahead and punch this for you. There you go.
Thank you, Monty. I appreciate you, like your SKT favorite, but I think it's more time for a Revolution.
Well, Crepo. It's okay. I will save some room and baggage for you, which is probably the appropriate
I'll
place
keep
because
these-
you're dead weight anyway.
I'll keep these pieces so you can wipe your tears after. Anyways, I'm going for Royal.
I miss
seen
Crepo.
Uzi do ridiculous plays. I know White's
Sad
doing
what
really
happened
well.
with him.
Yeah, it's gonna be close, guys. But just to mess up with Monty, I'm gonna go for Royal for sure. Royal all the way.
All right, double lift. I know you want to be on the Korean hype train. Let's go.
Call you,
about
Coach.
SK
I'm
Tele-
thinking about it.
Telecom.
Thanks, coach. No thanks. I'm going with Royal. My brain says SKT, but I got that Chinese pride. I'm friends with Tabe. Royal's gonna win.
I'm friends with Tabe. That's your
That's
basis
all
of
right.
voting.
It's all right. You may not ride the Korean hype train, but I'll just have you ride the bench next season.
Oh!
I'm so
Wow, I didn't see that one coming. That's harsh. I'm scared now.
All right, Kobe.
You know what? Did you make these yourself? They look pretty good actually.
Do they?
Yeah, that's a.
I'm glad you like it. It's a nice train too.
It's a pretty nice ticket you
Good
got
service.
here. I'm gonna have to go ahead and choose Royal as well. I like the underdogs here. I feel like they're gonna complete their raise the puppy strategy and derail this hype train.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think puppies derail trains. I think we know what happened when puppies get in the way of trains.
Oh!
Now you're getting graphic.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, double lift, you have chosen Royal. Monty has chosen SKT, which means whoever picked right is taking home the Analyst Desk World Champion Cup.
Should I keep going with the last few seconds?
Nah,
and
no,
whatnot?
that's
I
nah,
didn't
that's
think
fine.
so. Ah, those were the days indeed.
Like I said, can you tell, like back in the day, it was trash talk was not only accepted, it was encouraged.
And it was pretty damn good too.
Oh no, it's still damn good. The problem is nobody gets to fucking do it. Oh, okay. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the double lift everyone else's trash clip, but I can't seem to find it.
Ah, sometimes that happens. That's all right.
Yeah, no, I can't find it.
That's okay. I think we're at the point to where we can start winding down now.
Yeah, probably a good idea. So, This is it. Last show of the year, right? I mean, next week we're taking off because of the holidays and New Year's. So it's been a heck of a year. I think we've had a great start to the show. I'm excited for next year and actually covering actual regular season games when
Actually,
those start happening. Actually, if I haven't actually said actual enough in this actual sentence.
you knew, and I appreciate it.
We are off the rails here this week. This is what happens when we have a no content week. We're not going to get many of these. If maybe we'll probably get like one or two of these a year.
Well, be prepared then, because this is exactly what you're gonna get.
Yeah, like the next one of these we're going to get is probably going to be a week or two after MSI while we're waiting for summer to turn on. Yes, I said summer to turn on. I don't know why. That's what I said. I'm sticking to it.
Oh, trying to
If you
think.
have issues with my with what I have said today, you can direct those in an email to s.garber@gmail.com with the subject line editorial grievance, aka go fuck yourself.
Look, hey now, this is the Festivus season. This is a time for everybody to air their grievances, editorial and otherwise.
Will there be feats of strength and a what is it, 10-foot pole?
Made of beer cans.
Again, will there be feats of strength and a 10-foot can made of 10-foot pole made of beer cans?
I mean, if since we're doing this, yes, there will be.
Good, because I want Festivus for the rest of us.
Look, serenity now, okay? We got to wrap this up after all.
So yes, thank you for tuning in, folks, this year. This started off as a new way for me to cover Worlds, because normally I just do a shitload of live tweeting during Worlds, and I'm like, you know what? Eric here has podcast or has hookups for the podcast. We're already doing life as like we're a couple weeks into life as like a game show. This is kind of working out well. Maybe we can do a little league something or other. And we started off as just a weird offshoot special edition of Video Games to the Max, and now we're own fledgling little totally off the rails, totally NC-17 if it existed podcast.
Well, again, anytime you have a podcast with me on this channel where I'm one of the main people, there's going to be the explicit tag one way or another.
But seriously, for those of you out there who are watching or who have been watching and who have been listening, whether it's on the 182 million different ways and podcast services that we somehow magically get our voice put on, or if you watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, thank you.
I mean, because again, shows like this are always sponsored by viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
We're PBS now?
I mean, look.
That's it. WGBH Boston. Good night, everybody.
I mean, granted, if they bring back Red Dwarf, then we'll gladly be PBS. Damn smegheads.
But yes, thank you everyone who has who's listened to our little, experiment in broadcasting almost, if you will. It's League and a touch of our personal lives, because League isn't always entertaining on its own. And sometimes the esports stuff is just a little too serious. Or there's not enough of it, like this week.
And if you know us and from this network, we are the kings and queens of levity.
So, with that said, my sincerest thanks go out to our viewers and our listeners. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas, a wonderful New Year's, and an overall happy holiday season for those of you who may not celebrate either of those two holidays.
Christmas,
And
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's. I think
will
that covers the basics.
we will see you all in 2022.
And hopefully we'll have a logo.
Yes, hopefully we will have a logo. But yes, our next regularly scheduled show is indeed Monday, January 3rd, 2022. I have no idea what the hell we'll be talking about. Hopefully something will have happened in the 2 weeks of us being off. If not, it'll be another whatever bullshit episode.
Well, think of something one way or another. Maybe I'll have more crazy dreams. Maybe Brian will finally be able to take the butt plug out of his ass after it's Thursday. Stay tuned for the next episode to find out.
Happy New Year, folks. Good night.